We are live, chaps. Last stream of the year. So for everyone joining in, we'll be right with you after these important messages. Yes. What is good, everyone? It's another episode of The Belt as part of Don't Gas. And tonight we've got the full team in the house, so I'll just go around the houses. We've got Matty. How you doing, bro?
Good man, you.
Sweet. And we've got Scotty. How's it going, mate?
All good, mate. Good to be back.
Good to hear you. So, as I mentioned to you guys, we're going to make this the last show of the year. And then we're going to come back in the new year and we're going to do the 2025 award show. But we won't say too much about that for now. So just before we get into everything, everybody, please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Help us to do what we're trying to do here. It's a brand new project, more or less, but we're trying to get it off the ground and we're up. We hope you like what we're bringing. What we're bringing together. So we're going to jump straight in with the biggest news of the week. What I think is, chaps, is happy retirement to Terence Bud Crawford. First thing I want to ask is who's seen that coming?
I did.
Really?
Yeah. There's no one else. Who's he going to fight? There's only the rematch with Canelo, mate. Bro, to see that again.
Well, I don't want to say that, but I honestly thought. I thought he was great. I thought he might have dropped down to 160 and cleaned up there. To be honest with you, because obviously the only main player at 160 has just failed a drugs test, which is Janabek in it. But
yeah.
What about?
It's the thing of going down, though, mate. After jumping up like that, he's not no spring chicken anymore, is he?
Yeah, that's true. What about you, Scott? Did you see that coming? I honestly thought he'd have a couple more fights, if I'm being honest.
No, I didn't see him retire, and I thought I'd see him have about maybe two more fights. But like you say, he's some fighters just know when to go out on top, don't they? Do you know what I mean? Like Andre Warden, people like that did it, so he knows better than anyone. He's earned enough money, and he's got nothing else to prove, really, has he? Let's be honest.
That's it, mate. Only he knows his body as well, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean? He might know how much he's got left, if anything.
Yeah, I think you raised an interesting point there, mate, as well, because like, who was there left to beat, really? I mean, there's nowhere else to go. He's gone to his stealing and he's conquered all.
He never really drew massive numbers anyway, did he? Do you know what I mean? That's like
no. Do you think he'll go down as one of the most avoided fighters of our generation, or the most avoided fighter of our generation?
I wouldn't say the most avoided, but he's definitely been avoided, mate. Even when he got into his mid-30s, he was still being avoided, which says a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he had to leave Top Rank to get the Spence fight, didn't he? Which we've touched on in the past, which is something I didn't think of that. But no, like just to put it in context for everyone, I just want you to have a look at this, boys, and everybody that's watching. And this kind of like, what's like fucking J off the in-betweeners? Well, boxing, mate, completed it.
I see. Now I was looking at this. Funny enough, just 4 came on.
That is epic, that isn't it?
Plenty of belts in there.
Obviously, yeah. Obviously, he probably kicked them green ones at the back into the seaweed after his exchange with what's he called, Mr. Sullivan. You were on about it earlier on when you Scotty. What do you make of his little back and forth with the WBC just before his retirement, you, Scott?
Well, I don't know, because he probably knew what the rules were beforehand, doesn't he? I watched a video not long after it, and Eddie Hearns posted a video about that, and he was spitting, like licking sort of WBC's ass a bit. Eddie Hearns saying, "Oh, he knew the rules. He should just pay what was asked and all this." I'm like, well, if he doesn't feel like he doesn't want to, then he doesn't need to. Like you say, he might have knew he was retiring, so he's just thought, right, I'm a bit in that just to keep a belt, ram it.
That's it. Like, go on.
But he's like,
who's going to miss?
He's proved everything. He had the belt, so it's like he's not exactly losing the belt in the ring, is he? Do you know what I mean? He's getting took the politics of boxing, shall we say? They're getting involved again.
Well, like you said, Scott, you know, they know what the sanction fees are. Do you know what I mean? He's paid them before. And then it's like, it won't be the end of the mix, so just take it to court, get the money.
I think it was about 300,000. I think wasn't it, or something they wanted.
Yeah,
It was
300
it was
grand,
it was 300,000. I think what Sullivan had said, but obviously we're going to touch on the WBC in a bit and their sort of cloak and dagger fucking regime that they sort of pile on people. But
well, boxing corruption.
well, what they said was basically they said they'd normally ask for 3% or whatever it was, basically, but they thought that was too high. So it's whatever the purse is from the last win, so the Canelo fight. And they said they reduced it to like 0.6%, which would have been 300,000, and that was however many thousand go to the commission. And they were saying like 225,000 going to help struggling retired fighters. And I
Don't believe that.
I very much doubt. Same as you, mate. I very much doubt the WBC, the Solomon family, are putting their hands in their pockets to help retired boxers when all they've done is
Mate, they can't even cover fighters' purses when a fight gets called off. Never mind anything else. Do you know what I mean?
Well, this is it, isn't it? Yeah. But I think so. Like, I was having a flick through Crawford's record today, obviously in light of the news, and I've made a list of let's have a look where I think his best wins. Right. So I'm going to go sort of not necessarily reverse order or any sort of strict time order. So, as I was saying earlier, when he first came to my attention, Crawford, was when he came over and basically schooled Ricky Burns. Either of you is on board when that fight happened.
Yeah.
I think I might have watched that. You watched it, Jim?
Yeah, probably. You what, Scott?
He's quite high up, like on his game, wasn't he, at the time as well, Ricky Burns, I think. So it was a good win.
He was, mate.
Ricky was. Am I right in thinking Ricky Burns was the 3-weight world champion at that point?
Yeah, he was. Really, Ricky Burns.
Ricky Burns was at Derby. He was just fucking killer, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was on a hot streak, wasn't he? I remember he came undone. He had the defeat against Crawford, and then he had a stinker against Raymond Beltran. Do you remember that fight? Which is, I think, a fight he should have probably won. I think he suffered a bad injury or something. The fight like a broken jaw. Or something.
Wasn't he on an undercard for that?
The Beltran fight. I'd have to do a deep dive into it without digressing too much. So yeah, I've got Ricky Burns in the list, which I'm sure you would agree with. After that, I'm going to club these two together because they were a very similar time frame and a very similar sort of processive type win. Is Amir Khan and Kell Brook, obviously from these shores.
Yeah, the Kell Brook one more than the Khan one there because Khan doesn't beat anyone with power anyway.
Well, do I remember Khan just completely quitting in that one? Like, or a little bit of a low blow and then shit the bed.
Yeah, I think he just knew, mate, he was in a world of trouble, didn't he, and just copped out.
I think for me though, like obviously knowing about Terence Crawford, like you say, like he wasn't the biggest seller. So unless you were an absolute purist, you watching him on the come up and that. But I think it was only then when I really started making a point of staying up late to watch his fights, etc. Even though he wasn't really fighting big names in between these events, or what you wouldn't deem as big names of the sport. But after that, I've got his win against Victor Postel. What are you saying, Scotty?
For me, the ones that stand out for me is it's just the biggest names, isn't it? Like every time he fought someone who was supposed to be so elite, he just seemed to perform his best, didn't he? Like to go up two weights on the last fight, for example, against Canelo and do what he did to him, it's unbelievable, really, isn't it? 2 weights higher and no rehydration clause and all the rest of it, just schooled him. It was just it's unbelievable, really.
I definitely, especially after he didn't look that great, did he? In his couple of fights before him. But like you say, Scott, he said it's like with the darts in it, the player the best when the fighting the best. You know what I mean? It's just one of them.
Yeah.
Well, you know what you're going in against.
They just need a fighter to sort of get the juices flowing, really. I mean, even against Errol Spence, everyone thought it was a 50-50 fight, and it proved far from that, didn't it?
But you know what? It's right what you say, Scott. You see it with so many fighters where basically they are great fighters, they're elite fighters, but when it comes to the proper test, they just find a different level of performance, don't they?
Yeah.
And like you say, I'm a
Because they know
massive
they
fan
have
of
to, mate.
Crawford, but in the Errol Spence fight, like I personally think there's more to it with Errol Spence. I feel like that car crash that he had, I feel like he's got like some sort of brain damage from it or something, because there's, in my opinion, as good as Errol Spence is, there's no way he'd get outclassed as much as he did, Errol Spence, if he was on his top game. So something's a bit, I don't know, you need to maybe get some proper scans again or something, because I feel like there's some sort of like aftermath of that bad car crash that he had, to be honest with you. I mean, he hasn't fought since, has he?
But
Has he fought once?
no,
Or not? Has he not fought?
I think he fought once and he struggled, didn't he? But I mean, you may be right. But let's just to play devil's advocate. I mean, they do have to pass strict medicals, don't they, for things like this, especially if they've had something like a car crash or they've had a really bad knockout or they've had some sort of head injury. So they'd be strict there. But is it a case of, I mean, if it came back that Errol Spence was fully fit, does that not then add add more weight to the greatness of Terence Crawford?
I just think
For sure,
Crawford
for sure.
just was just fucking. He was just too good, mate. Like
Generational
Spence
talent.
was world class, mate, and then there's elite. Do you know what I mean? That's the level he was at.
I honestly, that fight where I watched it, the way it unfolded, I think that like when you seen Spence at his greatest, because Spence was a master of distance and a master of range, so he would literally just have you in that range where you think you're going to land, and then it's just easy to counter. And if Crawford had gone life for life and tried to fight because he's also great at that, but the way he just went in, I think it was just IQ that undone him. I really do. It's just like the way Crawford went in and he just set them little traps, didn't he? Just them little traps all over the place where he was inviting the closer, because he knew like Spence is best at sort of arm's length. And he was just inviting him into the pocket. And he just, when you watch some of the clips, he's just picking, and he's picking all the shots off and then just counter. And then that led to the first knockdown. But another win that I'd forgot. And do you know what? I'd love to be able to play a clip of this, because it's one of my favourite moments in sort of boxing, was when he beat Sean Porter. And they were going out for the 10. They were going out for the 10th round. And I think there was a bit of kidology from Crawford's corner, because he might have been sort of like starting to like rest on his laurels a bit. And they said, one of the judges reckon they've got Sean Porter around the head. And then you remember what he done. He just went out, and what was it, 30 seconds or something, a couple of little feints, and then boff, just dropped him. And not many people drop Sean Porter, which needs to be added for the record.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I like about Crawford the best, to be honest. You know how he adapts mid-fight as well.
Yeah,
that's the elite level, mate. That's what they're doing. They can adapt round to round. You know what I mean? They see like another fight will change something up, and they'll adapt to it straight away. Do you know what I mean? And they just like just take the soul from them.
Knows step on the gas, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Do you know what I think it is? I think good fighters have a plan B, great fighters have a plan C, and elite fighters have a fucking plan Z.
Elite fighters have plans from round 1 to 12, mate.
Yeah, and I think that's what's Crawford. So we've mentioned there we've got Burns, Postel, Khan, Brook. We've mentioned Canelo. We've mentioned Sean Porter. We've mentioned Spence, Julius and Dongo. I think that was a decent win, wasn't it, at the time? Because obviously he was
at the time, yeah.
And that was a third round knockout. That was pretty concise. So it's going to be an easy one here. Tell you what, instead of asking what's the best performance out of all that, because I personally think Spence, and I don't think you would disagree what you say.
Nah, it's just like superpowers.
It's that one or the Canelo one, in it. It's like what he did to Canelo, mate. He made him look like the schoolboy. He done exactly what Mayweather did with him.
Yeah, that's exactly what we said. That's the trap he's going to fall down, basically, isn't it? So we've got Spence career best performance, putting Canelo second. I'd be tempted to say the Ricky Burns fight third for me, because obviously he's gone. That was another thing about Crawford as well. He had to dance about all over the place, didn't he, to get his opportunities. He wasn't just sort of kept in the United States and just fed big fight.
Because he wasn't a cash cow, mate.
Yeah.
Did
That's what it was.
To give me
he went where he was getting the most money.
To give me a recap, did it go 12 rounds with Kell Brook, or did he stop him?
Kell Brook, he stopped him with a jab in the 4th round.
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's having a little bit of counter with Kell Brook's counter right hand, and all he just came out. He came out, just switched his stance and just hit him with like just a stiff short right hand jab, and that was it. That was all she put.
Was that after or previous to when Kell Brook fought Golovkin?
That was after, wasn't it? Because I think it was after.
Because he had the eye socket injury, didn't he?
Yeah.
He got one side of his face caved in by, and this is no disrespect Kell Brook though, because he's one of my favourite British fighters of all time. But we have to sort of, call it what it is. He got one side of his face caved in by Golovkin. The other side of his face.
Stepped up 2 weights to fight, which takes balls
that's
against
fair
that
one. Fair one.
There was another. Everyone was avoiding.
Yeah,
he was boxing well against Golovkin until obviously Golovkin's
Do you know what, mate? Fucking Kell Brook, right? He's a quality fighter. He was boxing well against Golovkin. He was boxing well against Crawford, and he was the other one I was trying to mention there. When he got his other eye socket done was Errol Spence, and he was boxing well against Errol Spence. But it was just literally
he's got some resume, Kell Brook, like for fights.
Yeah, he has. Yeah,
maybe just if he had dynamite power, he would have might have beat one of them.
If he'd have fought, like, thing is, you don't knock Triple G out, do you? But like, I remember the uppercut you had Triple G. Like, Kell Brook gets hard for it when he's in his own weight class. Don't forget, he steps up 2 weights to fight Triple G with everyone avoided. Do you know what I mean? And he was boxing. He was out boxing.
He was definitely one of the most avoided fighters of all time as well, Golovkin.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say earlier. Like, when he said most avoided fighters, Triple G was like, people will end up forced into fighting him. It's just
got a high roll as well in boxing now.
Yeah, he's president of the world. What is it? He's president of the council oversees the World Boxing Committee. So he's in charge of the amateur side with the Olympics and stuff like that. So hopefully someone like that in charge will.
And Hall of Famer now with Nigel Benn.
Yeah, true. Both well deserved as well. Like I say, Tarver's been put in the Hall of Fame, really.
Yeah, with them too. Yeah, same time.
Oh, I don't know about Tarver, I'll be honest. I mean, I know he beat Roy Jones, but it was an absolute shot to pieces, Roy Jones, that he beat, wasn't it, to be honest? But, like, yeah, I don't know if I'm having that. But, no, yeah, so moving on, we were talking about the WBC setting to go when we were, because Bud clashed with them. So you see at the bottom there, WBC standards. So for anyone that doesn't know,
we have standards.
Well, their lack of, therefore. So for anyone that doesn't know, I would say probably the best operator at 160 pounds is Janibek, right? And I'm shocked, and I'm not shocked because it's all that sort of Eastern Bloc Soviet sort of situation, and you never know what's going on. But he's tested positive, and they reckon it's for, I forget the name of it, but they call it the super soldier drug. Like Russia used to give it to their troops and stuff just to keep them fighting for days and days. It's like it's a mixture concoction. But apparently that's what he's spiked for. So there's not much defending that.
We call it cocaine.
Eastern European or Russian. But then obviously soon after it, Subriel Matthias, however you want to say it, who has got a fight arranged with the UK's Dalton Smith, isn't it? And he's tested positive for Osterine. So whereas Janibek has been completely suspended from his fight schedule pending further investigation and hearing.
I wonder how much money was involved in it.
Well, I don't know, mate, because obviously this is the problem as well, because like he's got the WBC belt, hasn't he, Matthias? And like obviously he's going up against Dalton Smith, but he's been cleared to fight, and they're saying it could be it was a trace amount of Osterine that'll have been caused by a tainted supplement. Now, I'd like you've heard Simon Jordan say a million times about strict liability, what goes in your body, except that like it shouldn't matter whether it's a tainted supplement. But what I want to point at as well is for anyone that doesn't know this, Subriel Matthias, apart from the one fight he lost, he basically is just a knockout killer machine, and he has actually got a dead body on his record. He fought that
Yeah,
young
I,
Russian lad, didn't he? And obviously given brain damage, and he succumbed to his injuries, sadly. Now, if
the
you've
thing
got a
is, though,
fight that's
mate, what's to say he wasn't taking something then? Do you know what I mean? It's
well,
like if he's next fight goes Edmund, something bad happens, right? Who's going to be held accountable? Even though they say
well,
it's
yeah,
trace amounts, blah blah, it doesn't matter.
I know, but
yeah, you
why a Dalton Smith team are just going ahead with it? Surely they should be
Uh,
asking the question, what's going on? Do you know what I mean?
for me though, they shouldn't have the choice for it to go ahead because, like I said, if you've got someone who has got so much power that they've killed a fighter directly from injuries sustained in the fight, he didn't die in the ring. Obviously, it was shot while after, but he died as a result of the beating he got in that fight. And then that fighter, within a couple of years, tests positive for a performance enhancement. You've had Tony Bellew bang on about it. Like someone's going to get killed, someone's going to get killed, and it looks like they already are. And I just don't know on what planet. Why the WBC basically brushing under the carpet and saying, right, yeah, it should be fine because there'll be blood on their hands.
well, they did it with
As Scotty
Canelo, though,
said.
didn't they? As well, do you know what I mean? It's a similar thing,
Nah,
isn't it?
but it's not. It was different, obviously. Like, yeah, with the Canelo, it was the Clembuter on that, but he still served a 6-month ban. This is just being fucking just. It's just basically a case of he's done what? It's all right. Crack on. He's got a big fight coming up. But like you said,
But as a governing body, though, mate, if you fight against, mate, the blood should be stripped from you instantly. Do you know what I mean? It's like, especially if you get
Have they done the
suspended.
B samples as well?
I don't know if they've done the B samples yet.
That'll happen
They take
after
a
the
little.
fight. The fight's done,
Yeah,
mate, as it always
that's
does.
the thing. That's the thing as well.
Because
If they've cleared him a fight after the year something, not suspended him, they're going to brush that way under the carpet, and then them B samples will probably fucking disappear.
Oh, 100%, mate. 100%.
But you were saying there, Scotty, you were on
it's not
about
the safety
obviously
of the
about
fighter, though, is it? By doing it after.
No,
exactly,
it's not, mate.
exactly.
It's
And I
not, mate.
just, what happens if, like you're saying, God forbid, what happens if he kills Dalton Smith and then he's failed this
That's
drugs
what I
test?
just said, yeah. Like, who's responsible? Do you know what I mean?
Everyone's gone in, and like literally, and then you've got to be looking at jail for the fighter, for the people that have sanctioned the fight. Like it's, and then you get look at your cornerman, your trainer, your cornerman is obviously his first concern is the safety of his fighter. So, like Scotty said there, what's going on with Dalton Smith? Is it just a case of they've worked
Well,
so hard for this?
the fighter ain't going to pull out, mate. But like I said, it's down to his management, his car, his family to say, look, like if something bad happened, which could happen, the man is dangerous. You know what I mean? It's like,
Dalton Smith's obviously probably going into a plan thinking it's the biggest fight in my career. I could become a world champion. He's just like
that's it,
sort of
mate.
being
The fight is never,
stupidly oblivious.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
The
was
fight
touching
is
on
never
there.
going to pull out, is he? Do you know what I mean?
Just touching on it there, so basically, like, you've got to think about like 99% of these fighters. It's a long, hard road to get to these opportunities and these accolades and these stages. They don't all like. There's a few fighters that sort of get handed opportunities on a sort of silver platter, don't they? But like, you've got to think like you've worked all your career for this, and you just think there's probably an element of the fighter thinking like, let him take what he wants. I'll still do him. You know what I mean? But
like you say,
I'll be watching that.
Dalton Smith should be guaranteed the world title fight regardless of what goes on. Do you know what I mean? He's not the one who's
Exactly
found anything wrong with it. I mean, wasn't it Osterine that Ryan Garcia had when he fought Haney?
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah. Well,
But that
like you
came
said,
out
for me,
afterwards, didn't it?
It's obviously in some supplement, isn't it? Like what all fighters are taking, all sportsmen are taking. So they need, like, say, well, what's everyone taking? And not
And it's not setting a good example for youngsters coming up, isn't it? By saying, "Oh yeah, you can get away with it." It just needs to be more cutthroat and ruthless. But there's so much politics at the elite levels. Whereas, like, say, like it was a fighter who wasn't a world champion this happened to, we'd be probably getting a 3-year ban already.
Well, look at Liam Cameron. He got 4 years for testing positive for cocaine, which isn't a performance enhancer unless you're playing chess or something like that. Do you know what I mean? But no. But I think like so. It's a vacant title, isn't it? You know, you've got basically an interim title, and surely then you're looking at. Can everybody still hear me? Because my headphones are going mental.
Yeah, I was going to say that, mate. You went off a little bit. You're back on now.
All right, you used to have a chat about that. I'm just going to come out and go back in. All right.
Aye.
Can you hear me, Scotty?
Yeah. So yeah, I just think Dalton Smith's team, they need to sort of be stepping in a bit, you know what I mean? Because the
Yeah,
fighter, like you said, he's just going to go gun ho and say, "Oh yeah, it's all right, I'll fight, I'll beat him anyway." But like obviously the trainer and people like that, he would like think, look, I mean, it's even more mind-boggling that this guy's killed someone before in the ring. Do you know what I mean? So it's
that's what I
how
say,
much is
mate.
it?
It's like
How much is your life worth?
that's it, mate. But like, I agree. It's like if he's tested positive, mate, the fight he should be stripped, and then if he's mandatory, he should get it straight away anyway. You know what I mean? It's like why
Yeah,
there's no reason to take the chances with somebody's life. I don't care how much money's involved.
Dalton
It's
Smith should
absolutely
really
disgusting,
become the
mate.
champion, and then he gets a mandatory for him gets announced. Basically,
Yeah,
what should be happening.
yeah, 100%, mate. Yeah, totally agree
And
with
Sorry
that.
obviously,
about it.
Dalton Smith won't want to become world champion that way, though. I know that, but it
Oh
is
yeah,
what it is, isn't it? I suppose.
aye. But yeah, I totally agree, mate. It's a shady business.
Very. I've seen some bad stuff ever since that. It's like another thing. Like we'll have to touch on maybe on another podcast, just about the actual scoring of fights from these judges is just unbelievable. Like
Bad,
unbelievable.
mate, innit? It's bad.
Like 114, 130 McCordina at the weekend. I was just like, what are you
I
watching?
know.
That was a joke. That like I say, I stayed up watched the Cardona fight, and it was a pretty one-sided fight. I thought the ref was a bit of a joke, like you said there about the that point off for the shot in the back of the head. Like you said, he kept turning his back.
But he kept
But,
turning.
like,
Exactly. What was he
you
supposed to
know,
do?
protect yourself at all times. You know, like yeah.
It should be
Just
deducted a point, mate. I've always said it. If you keep turning your back, right, that's when you should be deducted a point to protect yourself at all times. You're on doing it, showing your back and get it. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're putting yourself in danger. It's
yeah.
out. You should get one warning, mate, and you get a point off.
Just while we've
Either
been
that,
on
or you
chats,
don't look like you look like you don't want to fight. If you don't want to fight, I'll stop it now.
sorry, mate. Just while we've been on, we've had a couple of comments. So we've got JD's been watching. Let me see what we've got here. So he's put there. Let's have a look. Crawford definitely the GOAT for me. And he went on to say that Errol Spence fight won him over. He was Team Spence until he's seen the Crawford fight, so he was one of the ones. I mean, look at I was saying to you too. I know, like Jamie, me and Jamie had a bet on the fight. Jamie was adamant that Errol Spence was going to beat Terence Crawford, and I was just laughing. I really was. I couldn't see any way around it.
That was like Crawford's first sort of like real big sort of finally a chance of like showing the world what he was capable of in a way. Like you say, he didn't get he's done it the hard way, didn't he? Basically, to prove a point to everyone.
Yeah, like I say, mate, he got paid pennies for a long time because, like you say, for some reason he didn't sell fights, probably because he wasn't this brash. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he never really.
He just preferred to do his talking in the ring, didn't he?
Yeah, which probably did him down a bit. To be fair,
That's what it is.
Lost 100 million.
He didn't sell himself.
Whereas, like,
I mean, I'm not a big fan of the whole like the razzmatazz and like that fake beef to try and sell fights because you can see through it from a million mile away. But sometimes you do get a genuine needle, or you do.
But obviously, back it up every time.
People paid to watch him get beat, man. It's the same with Usyk, isn't it? Like Usyk, like you never get no trash talk from him. It's like he's probably lost out on 100 million himself as well. Like
when you're that elite, though, like the cream will finally always rise to the top eventually, won't it? When you're that good.
Yeah, but it's like you say, mate, it always comes like in your last.
Boxing purists can appreciate, but obviously a lot of people just like to see people talk absolute garbage, don't they?
Yeah.
Speaking of cream rising to the top, this week's episode sponsored by Fleshlight. No, I'm joking. Right, so just moving on a bit, chaps. Obviously, so when we had the last. Go on.
I thought we were playing hide and seek earlier with you, but at least we're back.
That's all right. The headphones just bottomed out. So I'm getting a full new setup off Santa. So hopefully I'll get rid of the little gremlins that creep in. But obviously when we were on the
don't be wearing tuxedos on the pod.
Do you know what? Right? Do you know what? That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea for.
You're turning into Michael Buffer on the podcast, you.
No, it's we'll get the tuxes out for the award show first show the new year. And we'll come back in 2025. Or maybe just a dicky blow.
What, now else? It's in a whole new direction here, Ali.
We're getting this podcast shut down before it gets up and running, man.
Yeah, but last show when obviously your first was Scotty, obviously we were I was laying into the BBC everyone about the first show, but I did touch on obviously hoping for much improved things when we were going to get Callum Simpson versus Troy Williamson.
Oh, BBC Three.
Yeah, BBC Three. But no, I just mean not turning the quality. But obviously that's coming up at the weekend, and it's a fight that I think will be a fucking cracker. I really do. So
yeah, I'll be shocked if that goes at this.
You get your money's worth for that one, I think. Like Matty said before we came on air, it's going to be a war, innit? They might feel each other out, but the styles, it's just like you can see them just sort of standing in the middle of the ring and going hell for leather. But I feel like, obviously, I'm a Northeast guy, and I've met Troy through my mate Joe Mafosa, and obviously I want Troy to win, but he'll have to really be on his A game to beat Simpson, like, because from what I've seen of Simpson, he's a good boxer and he's tough. So
I like
Troy, but he's going to have to be on his A game, like.
I like Callum Simpson. I do, honestly. The fight that he had at Oakwell, that was the same night that Fabio Wardley was fighting. They've switched on it on different channels. The fight he had at Oakwell, he had to dig deep in that fight, which is the first time I've seen him out of go, because he got dropped, didn't he, if I'm not mistaken? And then he had to battle through it. But like you mentioned, so obviously...
Crazy you got a stadium fight before you've even become a world champion.
I think it just depends where you come from, mate. I think, to be honest with you, because if you're from...
I don't have much to cheer about, though, to be fair.
If you're from a Barnsley or a Borough or a Downton, somewhere like that, so I mean, the fucking Borough is crying out for a fucking world-class fighter. For whatever reason, we haven't had a proper world champion, have we? You know, like it's crying out.
Well, you definitely get the... Imagine like someone from Middlesbrough fighting unified division in the Riverside Stadium. You get hairs on the back of your neck because you know the atmosphere down here would be electric.
Mate, even if someone,
as long as Carl Frost wasn't on the commentary to say he was fighting in front of 80,000 people.
Once again, himself over Doggy Market fighting in front of 80 people.
Sorry, you'll have to speak to Steve Gibson about that. There's only 34,000 in here.
We'll try and get another couple of teams plunked on the top for you, Carl. Fuck off. But
Steve will just put loads of bulk oil containers in the cars.
No, but getting back to it there, just in all seriousness, I think if you had like a local fighter from around here, even if it was a world title eliminator, possibly even just a European level title fight, I think you could get probably 25,000-30,000 in the Riverside for that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you could stack it, mate, with local people, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
people get behind it like this, isn't it? There's like a sense of community, like you back your own type thing.
It could start in an afternoon, mate. Finish in the night.
Who's the traveller kid from up near Sunderland way? It was meant to be absolutely amazing. I wish I had his name at the top of my head, but I watched him. He's gone to America and everything and he's been beating all them in the competition. Apparently, he's going to be the next.
Are you on about the bear, the young lad?
He's only about 15, 16 year old, but he's met.
Jaden Price.
Are you about Jaden Price?
Jaden Price.
I think it might be actually. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
I didn't know he was from Sunderland, but I've been following him for about a year or so. He's signed with Bahrain, hasn't he? So he'll be representing them in the Olympics. He won't be representing GB or whatever.
I think he's one to watch, definitely.
Oh, he is. He's absolutely amazing, bro. I was good. Like I say, you've got to do what's right for you and your family, your career and stuff like that. But obviously, with him signing this, he's got like a dual citizenship now with Bahrain. So when it comes to the Olympics, he's going to be representing them. That's my understanding of the situation. But yeah, so like obviously, we want to spotlight everything. If anybody watching has not seen this kid, this Jaden Price, Jayden, get yourself on Facebook, YouTube, wherever. Give him a follow because he's a spectacularly good boxer for his age, isn't he? But I just want to bring it back to the fight of the weekend that we've got. Like you say, we're all North East lads, and Troy Williamson's from Darlow, not far from here. And obviously, I'd love to see him do it. I really would. I think Callum Simpson might just be a little bit of a step too far. But I also thought that when Williamson fought, was it Ted Cheeseman on the matchroom
Everyone
card?
saw that about
And he,
Troy's
and he,
last
and
fight,
he,
didn't they?
I was there.
Yeah.
He was
Go
in
on.
some wars, him, and Ted Cheeseman, he's like 24-year-old. He looked like he was about 34, didn't he? Just been in some wars for early, like some real battles. And I don't think did he ever fight again after that fight? Because he ruined his. I think
No,
he stopped him.
I don't think he did, to be honest with you, because like Williamson gave him a good piston, didn't he?
And obviously Simpson's the favourite. I think Simpson's the favourite, but I really do feel like Troy will know in his mind this is it. This is like if I want to propel my career, I've got to win this fight, and I really feel he'll leave it all in the ring, because obviously Josh Kelly fight. I was there. I watched that fight live, and obviously Josh Kelly was slick in that fight against the ropes and things, and he showed his class. But Troy's a good fighter, and he's a tough fighter, and he's got power. I mean, look what he did to Dickinson. I mean, that's going to have to be one of the knockouts of the year for me, because it was unbelievable, that knockout.
Yeah,
I think he's always been in good, mate, to be fair, hasn't he? Do you know what I mean?
And that was only in September, wasn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't even that long back.
So it's an interesting fight, like you say. It just depends. I think he needs to hurt Simpson early, doesn't he, to get a full respect?
I think that'll be key, to be honest with you, mate. I think like sort of boxing skill level wise, I think Callum Simpson is a step up for Williamson. But like you say, he's got that equalising power, hasn't he? But it's just when he's made this step up previously, he's fell just short, and and then every time he was expected to. But you never know, do you? Like Teddy Atlas also, you've got 36 minutes to make the world race. If you've done everything right in the build-up, you do everything right on the night, then no one's going to stop you. But I'm going to put you on the spot. So, Matty, what's your prediction for the result with this Simpson-Williamson fight this afternoon?
I hate to say it, but I'll go. Is it a 10 or a 12 rounder? Is it a 12-round fight?
I'm not entirely sure. It should be 12, shouldn't it?
I think it'll be 12.
I'm gonna go. I think Simpson will stop him in the 10th.
Ooh, stoppage.
Yeah, I can't see it going distance. Like, I
hope I'm wrong. I'm saying this now on air. I really hope I'm wrong. I hope it's the way around, but
it'll get to the point where Troy he'll start getting a bit desperate, mate. And when they go toe-to-toe, mate, it could, for me, mate, go either way. I'm on the fence, mate, 50-50 at the minute. Just because of what happened in Troy's last fight, because he was getting beaten that fight, and then look what happened. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, that's true.
The kid's got heart, mate. He's got an engine on him.
Do you feel like Troy's best chance to win fights in the first 6 rounds then?
Absolutely. I think he's got to wear him in the first half of the fight. If he doesn't, and it goes down the stretch, I think unless Williamson hurts him and capitalises in the first half of the fight, I am going to go with Callum Simpson on points.
I think he's got to hurt him, mate, just to like stop Simpson coming in and taking over. He's got to hurt him and make him think twice about like planting his own feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, local, I'd love to see Williamson do it, but I'm just looking forward to the fight as well. I just think for anybody that's never seen either of these fighters or never seen one of them and not the other, I have a look on Saturday night, because I think this could be a nice little fight to tie the year up really for the British boxing schedule.
I've got to throw this one in there, lads. You can laugh if you want, but I'm definitely looking forward to tuning into this fight more than Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua at the weekend. Put it that way.
I knew you wouldn't be able to let it go. Do you know what, right?
I'd have been happy if them names ever got brought up today.
Do you know what, right?
I can't help myself.
I'll be honest with you. I'm looking forward to the this Simpson Williamson fight way more than I am Jake Paul. I still can't believe, right? I was certain this AJ Paul fight wasn't going to go ahead, and now we're what 2 days out, aren't we? 2.5 days out.
Well, apparently Netflix are anyone who's going to subscribe and watch the fight on Netflix. Apparently Netflix are offering everyone a free circus hat.
Send a lion team around for
Might
fucking
even
20
get,
minutes.
you might even get a lion on the lead with you while you're watching it.
Imagine if you get your mates round and 15 of them climb out of a mini.
I wouldn't be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised if they let P Diddy out of jail to be one of the to be the referee.
I think that'd be more ring girl laugh. Jesus Christ, I watched that the other night. Yeah, so just to wrap it up, chaps, I just want a quick off each of you. 2026 wish list. What fights are you wanting for next year? Because obviously we're pretty much over in this year now. We've got the British card on Saturday, and then we've got the card with is it Nakatani and Inoue on the 27th. Is it, Scotty?
Yeah.
Day after Boxing Day, isn't it? Yeah. So we've got that. We've got that to close the year out. Go on.
Is that in Japan now?
I think. Yeah, he needs to start fighting out of Japan, doesn't he? If he wants to get more recognition. But I think the fight I'd really like to see is, do you know that Abdullah Mason? He's a really good fighter.
Young star. But he's on about.
He might be fighting Joe Cordina. Apparently, potentially, there's a chance that could be happening next year. Yeah, because I think he's moved to I think he's been put close to mandatory, or he's in the top 5 Cordina now. So that could be an interesting one.
Well, Mason last time out, that Mason fight was a cracker, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's a good fighter. But I think obviously that Shakur Stevenson and Lopez, that's the fight I'm looking forward to the most, obviously, up to now next year. But the winner of that, maybe Devin Haney, fight the winner of that.
Oh,
Devin Haney did look good in his last fight. I've got to give Devin Haney credit in his last fight. He looked good.
He looked better against Norman Jr. than he has in recent times, especially in Times Square. But there's just nothing that excites me about Devin Haney fights. It's.
Don't let his daddy say that.
Do you know what? His dad's one of the biggest pricks involved in the sport. You know,
and I think that's why, mate. It's because of his dad, isn't it? Same as Garcia, isn't it?
Some a lot of dads like
Garcia,
the one dad that was amazing for me is Calzaghe's dad. He didn't give it all out. He backed his son, but he didn't go over the top, did he? He always showed respect. He was just backed his son.
He never boxed either, did he?
No, I didn't know. But the thing is, right, the sport is littered with these sort of these top men who sort of guide the sons, either train them or manage them, whatever. And barring a few, you wouldn't know the name, and that's the reason why they're great. They're not trying to steal the show like John Fury. They're not trying to steal the show like Angel Garcia. They're not trying to steal the show like Bill Haney. Because I'll be honest with you, if any one of these three was stood behind this camera now while doing the show, you'd see me gossing at the end of every sentence because they're just fucking absolute scumbags who were just trying to fucking raise their own profile through the son's exploits.
Are you sure we are not trying to get him that misfit to fight one of them? You're going berserk with everyone, and you.
One versus Bill Haney.
Misfits. I think Andrew Tate took over that now.
Actually, yes, he's fighting. He's fighting on Saturday, isn't he, Andrew Tate? I tell you what, mate, right? If someone offered me a fight with John Fury on fucking Misfits, I tell you what, I'd be there with fucking bells on. I would give him a fucking pasting. But so 2026, like you say, you've got obviously Stevenson, Lopez going to be a quality fight. But I'm looking more into things that haven't been arranged or that might be just.
Fury Tyson, Canelo, Fury Joshua will happen.
You reckon Fury
that's
Joshua?
Definitely will happen next year. Yeah, I think it will.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. Right, so we mentioned last week. So what do you reckon will be first out of Bivol, Batavia, Benavidez? Which two of them three will fight next first?
I think Benavidez, Bivol should be next, but I don't know.
Should be.
How long's better you've got left?
That's true. But I genuinely think we'll get. I think we'll get Benavidez versus Batavia before we get Bivol back on the mix.
I'll tell you what, if Benavidez fights Bivol, I would pay money and go abroad to watch that. If I could get tickets, I'd go and watch that Bivol Benavidez. That would be an hell of a fight, that.
Well, you never know if share and subscribe.
We'd have to get two of them.
Well, Well, see if we can get 10,000 subscribers in the next few months, and we'll all go and watch it.
Canal Benavides if Benavides comes out the ring there, he'll end up on the corner flag probably.
He'd be on the door by 11.
On the town 11. He'd be in fucking flares by 12:30.
He'd be in your kitchen at 1 o'clock.
Hey, he's welcome. They're all welcome.
Right, it's PG.
yeah,
it's
so-
PG. This.
Oh, it wasn't until you pointed out that it wasn't.
Oh no, mate, we
Look,
just
start scratching his head at home.
slipping down with Dickie balls in.
With our flashlights.
Sat right back.
Yeah, so like I say, I've got them fights. I think as well.
I think Conor Ben Garcia will be a good fight because he will beat Barrios.
Yeah, he will beat
You know
Barrios,
what?
you're right.
Yeah, but the poster's going to be funny for that one, isn't it? Drug cheat versus drug cheat.
We no testament for that one, man.
Yeah. They're going to have it in the hacienda.
I think the referee will have to be waiting for VADA.
You know,
VADA.
You get the fucking you get the sponsors on the ring canvas. They'll be fucking Pfizer, won't it? Pfizer or Moderna. Yeah, so I definitely think we'll see Conor Ben against Ryan Garcia. I think that'll be a cracking fight. I probably fancy Ryan Garcia though, to be honest with you.
What about Ben Whittaker?
Well, did you see that the WBC has ordered, right? The WBC has ordered Ben Whittaker to fight Joshua Buatsi. And I looked at that and I thought, fucking Buatsi, I thought like there's no way fucking Ben Whittaker would be able to cope with Joshua Buatsi at this stage of his career. And then they withdrew it for some reason. So obviously that's Eddie Hearn again on his fucking special backboard, Maurizio Sullivan saying, you can't order this fight because our new cash cow isn't quite ready for it.
Yeah, because have you noticed, Mitch, straight after it was like, oh, we're going to push for world titles in 2027. So what about this year? Like he says the next best thing. Yeah.
But he was very lucky to get the decision against Zach Park. Was it Zach Park in the last fight? It was very lucky to get that decision. No, when he boxed awful for me.
I watched it. He got beat by Zach Parker. But then again, like you say, his fight beforehand with Callum Smith, that's probably, I'm not going to too much of a reveal before the award show in the early new year, but that might be my fight of the year. Might be my fight of the year, Callum Smith versus Joshua Buatsi.
No, mate.
Fucking no, last fight of this year, my favourite fight of this year. But I honestly think I'd like both fighters were just fucking outstanding, and that was the opening fight on the card. That tells you how good that card was. That was the opening fight on the card. That was the Bivol Batavia rematch, wasn't it?
Maybe that took a lot out of Buatsi, that fight then, because it was a bit of a
that would have to take a lot out. That'd have took a lot out of Conan Barbarian, that mate. Like you say, it's just when you think Callum Smith's fucking spent, he comes back with a performance like that. He does, honestly. So, any last words or anything, chaps? Anything you want to say?
No, mate. I'm good.
No, it's just look forward to the. Hopefully, Troy wins at the weekend. Like you say, my heart says
I'm gonna get online as well.
My head's got Simpson, but if Troy wins, I'll wear Dickie Ball fit on the award show. There you go.
Gonna get a spin him on me, man.
Right, well, I'll tell you what, chaps. Right, it's been a pleasure as always. And if no one's got anything to say, as they say, we're going to close the year out with this one. I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody that's been a part of the shows, including you chaps, Crutch, Bookstar, JD, everybody that's liked, shared, subscribed, commented, everybody that's had anything to do with this. Like I say, it's a brand new project and it's moving in the right direction. And I feel like we're starting to get the sort of the team dynamics together now. And yeah, so just a massive thank you to both of you, to everyone that's been a part of it in the background and has been on screen. Like I say, everyone that's commented, shared, liked, subscribed, all Don't Gas family. I just want to say a massive thank you. And like I say,
second that.
It's It's not, like you say, thanks for inviting me on. Like, obviously, you were there before me, so it's just much appreciated. I'm just
Pleasure
enjoying
to have you on,
basically
Scotty,
just having
lad.
a chat with my mates about something that I'm always been passionate about. You know what I mean? So it's easy chat
That's
for
what it's
me.
about, mate. That's what it's about.
Well, like I said to you, it's still in its infancy. It's developing, it's evolving all the time, and I think we're all moving in the right direction. You've been a very welcome addition to the team. It's good to have you on board because you obviously know your shit. So everybody, go away, have a nice Christmas. All the best to you and your families.
Merry
We'll
Christmas,
speak.
lad.
I'll speak to you
See
obviously.
you in the new year,
In,
the awards.
see you,
Right.
yeah, for the awards.
You what?
Get your dicky balls ready. Let's get your dicky balls ready for the awards. Nice. But no, nice one, chaps.
Don't be getting gold-plated teeth. Don't be for the awards you over Christmas.
I'm getting that back, mate. I'm Santa.
like iced tea.
Say that, I pay you.
I'll fall for that, bro.
Right.
My nice
It's been a
heartfelt
pleasure.
fucking outro and everything. You've absolutely shot at the pair of you. So I tell you what, don't come back.
Right, I'll have to shoot as well, mate, because I need to go somewhere.
Right. Bye, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
See you after.
See you, boys.